we can learn to give up our attachments. Our mind will be released to fly the sublime flight to great heights. People here ask the question that, Swamiji, for you it is so easy to say that give up attachments. But we have a family to maintain, we have work to do. We are living in the world, we are not monks, we are not sadhus. If we are not attached to our family, to our house, how will we take care of it? Well, that is the point to understand. Sri Krishna says, do your work in the world and keep your mind in God. He calls this Karma Yoga. Sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhya cha. Yudhya cha, your physical duties. Mamanusmara, remembering God. So, this concept of keeping your mind in God while doing all your worldly duties, how will it be possible? Understand through this example. One lady, immediately after her marriage, her husband went on deputation to Angola. Now the poor lady was left to live by herself. It was necessary for the husband to go. After 2 years he returned and she was so excited. So she cooked a wonderful meal for him, and because the wife loved her husband, she made a variety of dainties and fed him and asked, my dear husband, how is the food? He said, oh, so yummy. I was eating like yogis for 2 years. Now, the next day, for some reason, the wife was not to cook. She asked the rasoiya, the cook, you have to cook for the master today. The rasoiya said, all right, Mem Sahab, what do you want me to make? She named 10 different items. There must be halwa, puri, kachori, samosa. All right, I will make it. The cook also made a very delicious meal and he served it for his master. And when the master relished it, he asked, sir, how is the food? The master appreciated his cooking as well. My God, I was performing austerities for 2 years. This is life. Now take a look. This cook, he made food for his master. The wife, she made food for her husband. They both used the same stove, the same vessels, the same utensils, the same everything. And yet, there was a huge difference in the nature of their works. You will say, Swamiji, what difference are you talking about? They cooked very carefully, and the husband, the master, appreciated the cooking of both of them. Well, the difference got revealed later on. After the wife fed her husband and he had gone to rest, she went jumping and skipping to her neighbor's house and she told her Saheli, her girlfriend, oh, I'm so happy. She gave her a hug. Friend said, what's the matter? Your feet are not falling on the ground. She said, he has come back. He should try and understand my husband. Oh, that's it. Very good. And the cook, after he had completed his chores, he went home grumbling, fretting, fuming, and he lay down on the bed. Wife said, what is the matter? He said 4 hours went by cooking. That Sahab ka bacha has come back and main Sahab said, make this, make that. Oh gosh, do any work in this world. Don't do the work of a cook. Now, what a huge difference between the testimony of both of them. See, the difference was this. The wife loved her husband. Her mind was attached to the husband. And she was working with the mind, intellect, body to make the food. So the work engaged the mind and intellect and also its attachment. On the other hand, the cook had no love for his sahab. His mind was attached to his wife and his children. When will this be over and I'll go and sit with them? So he did work with mind and intellect, but the attachment was elsewhere. So this attachment is the crux of what Lord Krishna is telling us. He says, Arjun, you work in the world, but don't be attached. Just like that cook was working without attachment. Only difference was that the cook's attachment was to his family. You don't keep your attachment anywhere to family, to husband, wife, son, daughter. You keep your attachment to me and me alone. So the mind will be in God and you will keep on doing your worldly duties. So this is the asakti rahit karma that Sri Krishna is talking about. Work without attachment. Let me give you another worldly example. One boy fell in love with a girl. So he said, I want to marry you. Girl said, take permission of my father. He went to the father and said, I want to marry your daughter. I love her more than anything in the world. Father said, you don't even have a job right now. Complete your studies, become economically self-sufficient, stand on your feet, and then it will be possible. So this boy now is working hard. He is studying, burning the midnight oil, as they say. But is he attached to it? Of course not. His mind is attached to that girl. As a result of all this, I'll get to marry her and life will be so blissful. So again, he's working somewhere and the mind is attached elsewhere. Now consider the reverse scenario. One boy, he got inspired to become a monk. He became inspired that I wish to renounce and dedicate myself to God. So the struggle that ensued. His parents said, impossible, how can this be? We have raised you, you have your duty to us, you are our support in old age. So the poor guy now, he is at home, he is studying, but his mind is in his Guru's ashram. If only I could get that chance, how wonderful it would be. So he is practically in a state of karma yoga, which Lord Krishna is saying, mind there and body here. So this working without attachment, if we can do it, it will solve the problem of inner agitation.